can't go write the story alone, Charlotte.
This isn't about a newspaper article, Jack. It's about a person's life. That's the whole point we're here, okay? So it's about someone's life.
I like giving voice to characters that don't ordinarily have a voice, or face to people we don't ordinarily see, but that exist.
There's some great characters that were written in the script. Very specific characters.
Well, Yardley's the writer.
And I guess you'd say Ward is the nuts and bolts.
I love it when we get the chance as actors to do things that we wouldn't necessarily be cast in, that doesn't correlate to our persona.
Good Daisy May.
And then when you got us all in a room, everybody's got a different frequency. Everybody's got a different point of view.
Every goddamn man in here wears pants. How am I supposed to tell you apart from them?
I think everybody sort of jumped on board for the same reasons.
Where you going, Paperboy?
It sort of starts with the source material, and the story is very captivating, and the characters are very human.
It's an interesting story that hasn't been told before.
This is a story that needed to be told. And I think that it's a tale that only Lee Daniels could have told.
I read the book many moons ago, and I read Pete Dexter's script. Just one of those pieces, like Precious, like Monsters Ball, that I just was in love with the story.
This is a story about family.
Jack, meet Yardley Ackerman.
Hey,
My little brother Jack.
The scope of the family relationship
You spoken to Ward this week?
is something that I've had a great interest in exploring.
They want to talk to Hilary Van Wetter. Don't you let that Pulitzer Prize fool you. You don't know everything yet.
The first time I read Paperboy, my initial reaction was, wow. This is very much a coming-of-age story. Jack is learning from each of these very important people in his life.
Paperboy's really, Zac Efron's story, who goes through more of the so-called arc. Charlotte! And comes out the other end. A lot of that is based on his mind as his older brother's relationship. It's shown a lot through his infatuation, lust, and love story with the Charlotte character played by Nicole Kidman.
You don't love him.
Really? You don't know that. You don't know anything.
I got sent the script and I read it and I just thought, what a great character. And so I called Lee and I just said, I'm in.
It ain't gonna happen. Look at me. It's not practical.
I'm not as practical as the murder.
He's not guilty, Jack. That's the point.
Lee took a chance and said, yeah, I believe you can do it, because most directors wouldn't believe I could do something like this.
Move it! If anyone's gonna piss on him, it's gonna be me! He don't like strangers peeing on him!
The way I approach something is we kind of stay in character. You know, it all bleeds over.
I'm not gonna blow a friendship over a stupid little blowjob.
It's very similar to working with Monique in that we became one.
There's no two characters that are really even close to being on the same frequency. You got a name?
No, I don't.
Deputies say they found the sheriff's body at 6 a.m.
But it was the way he was killed. That's what makes everyone assume it was you.
John is sweaty, and he's nasty, and he's wrong and troubled.
What you think?
You tell me.
Well, I ain't the only one carrying a machete around here. Hillary's like this very strange character. You know, in movie language, he's the bad guy, but in tragic language, he's like some sort of otherworldly creature who's initiating Jack.
I'm a great believer, particularly with this movie, that the planets aligned. That combination of a view of a familial life, a view of homosexuality, a view of racism.
Can't find Mama's ring.
I think it touches on this girl who was in this family, and she's black and it's the 60s, but she's a very important part of their lives, even though she is black and it is the South.
Put the hair under the hat. I don't want your black hair in my food.
You put your black hair in my food.
It captures a little bit more about what that's like to be a part of a family, but still be the maid. And going to the club?
Not yet, Anita. Could you clean up this mess over here?
We explore situations.
Said I got it. It's all right.
Anita's got it.
I got it.
And people in a way that I have not seen explored on screen before.
I've worked with lots of really talented directors, and so I'm used to an unusual vibe and an unusual way of working, and Lee's unusual.
Don't do what you did the last time, do what you did the time before, which was go behind the column.
You know, we're all relying on each other to come to the table with our characters alive.
This is definitely the juiciest role I've had to do about a guy who's possessed by darker forces.
Where you going, Paperboy?
It was a great surprise for me to be invited to be in the movie, and then just to be around those actors who are really the best at what they do is crazy to me.
It's a ride. It's a ride. I mean, you're thrown into the abyss. You are thrown out there.